Hello everyone and welcome to this video where we're going to look at, in detail, the new Alta water tank truck. Now it is based on the Alta tanker that is already available, but this is smaller and it has some particular features that I want to explain in detail, so that's what the point of this video is. In addition to that, you obviously see this new facility that's in development. Obviously the rig you guys know, but the buildings around, the garage, all this stuff are new. I don't want to reveal exactly what it is just yet, but here's a little bit of a sneak preview of the area surrounding us, and it is all ongoing. Sheppy05 and myself are creating it, so I do think that there's going to be a lot of use out of this creation. Now, the truck. Okay, as you can see, it's much smaller than the other tanker truck. I'd say the tank is physically about half the size in length, but capacity-wise, it's about half of it. So I think the other one was around 30,000 or 25,000, so it's about half of that size. Now, I do say water tank, but you can fill it up with anything. The reason why I'm saying water tank is because it actually has a mechanism here in the back for filling up water, which would be useful for your slurry, for your drilling rig. So that is here. Now the side is identical to what we'd have previously. In here you do have the button to open the gate. As you can see, the gate's opening to the left of the building. Otherwise, the driving features are pretty much identical to what they are for this style truck. We missed the gate, so we press it and it opens up again. But like I said, it was created partly in due to this new facility, because as you can see, the garage part of it is not long enough to house that big tanker, so partly created for that reason, and partly for the mechanism in the back. Like we said, it has 13,500 liter capability, in and out pumps, the console lights just like before, and now there's this new panel here. So let's go to the coast where I'll show you how to do this. So first I'm going to show you how to fill it with diesel. So obviously you will pump out, and now you can either plug it into the in, but it may not start to rise because you have to actually enable your pump. So now we have two pumps connected and it's pumping in. Alternatively, if you do use this system where it has its own pump, you could climb to the roof and plug it into this area here, and likewise it will start to rise. So that is using the available system. Now obviously we could pump it out as well from the top, or we could use its own built-in pump out feature. So just like the other truck, there's no real difference here. I would say it's a system that works and it's good enough. So that is that. Now let's go to the coast and see how that works. Now driving wise, it is a little easier to maneuver just because of the length, and it does steer and handle fairly well. I'm pretty happy about that. I did leave the hex steer or quad steer just because it's so much nicer for tight quarters and maneuvering. Anyways, you will want to back up until the rear is over the water. Alternatively, you can drive down the big ramp and put the back of the truck into the water that way, but we'll do it like this. So you have this winch system, and if you release the rear water intake, you hear that it came off, and then you can lower the winch. Now this you have to lower it all the way into the water, obviously, at which point we're going to turn on the pump. But first, we'll check that it is in fact in the water. No, it's not. Just a little more. That should be enough. Okay, so it actually appears that this winch, the small winch, is not long enough for this part of the water, which is interesting. I thought it would be enough, but here we have it. So In this case, you'll have to find yourself a different place to lower your winch. So probably don't use this terminal, but I will show you how to reconnect it. Obviously, you just click that release and you heard that ping back. So let's find ourselves something more shallow. Well, we're going to do this. We're just quite simply going to drive the rear of the truck into the water here. Be careful not to flood the engine because there is an intake in the engine. And now you can be swimming and do this. So you release this, you lower this. As you can see, it's now underwater. And you press activate water pump. And here you have it. So now the fluid level is rising. We're filling it up with water, which is good if you need to pump it out and fill up your slurry. So there you have it. That's just the basics of how to use this new truck. I would say that while it is not a new feature, because we do have tanker trucks, the size of it is convenient for just this purpose and for serving smaller amounts of fluid. Like maybe you don't want to wait until you can fill up the massive tanker. Instead, this here is enough. And you have the added bonus of being able to fill it with water and fill up your slurry, which is something that was recommended or suggested by other users on my Discord server. They said, you know, that a water system would be nice so they don't have to create it themselves. So there you have it. It's a simple little build, but I do love it. Just the size of it. It looks so cute, almost like it's not a full-size truck, but it is strong. And actually, before we end, I do want to mention it has the trailer capabilities, whereas the other tanker does not. So you can actually connect a trailer with equipment, for example, a forklift or some other type of machines, and you can tow it with this thing. So it's not fully over capacity with the tank you have on the back. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for the support, the comments, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. And as always, happy Stormworksing.